Good morning, everyone. We are going to quickly go over a few ways of accessing your data after collection using QuickCapture. So there's three main ways you can do this. You can use QuickCapture Designer. You can view oriented imagery through going into QuickCapture Designer into your project, or you can go to ArcGIS online. So we'll start in QuickCapture Designer. I'm going to go over a project that I recorded yesterday, sort of a test, but part of my studio. So one way, which is the easiest way of doing this, is by clicking the three dots on the project and click View Results. So your layers will pop up over here. You can turn them on and off depending on whether or not you want to see them specifically. So zooming into my site right here, you can see all of the data that I collected. The line data and the point data is turned on right now. I just had point of interest and then line data. Pretty simple layers, but I'll be able to zoom in. I can zoom in on one particular point and click on it, and I can see a lot of data correlated with each point, including like compass reading, direction of travel, the time I took the photo, accuracy, point of interest, so your specific attribute, you named it, as well as the photo. So that's a very easy way to see stuff. You can click table as well, and you'll be able to see data. If you click these three dots, you can click show all, and you'll be able to see all of your data at once. There's a lot of data on here, but if you scroll to the far right, you should be able to see the photo attachment, and you can click on each of these. There's also a way you can download all this data at once if necessary. So that is by far the easiest way to access your data, very quick. You can also click on your line data and see very similar data that has been compiled through that. So there's your first way. The second way we're going to access it, and you don't need to save any of that because it's automatically saved in your project. So the second way we'll access this is by clicking on your project in QuickCapture Designer. You can click this Manage Project Layers, and then you see your line data and point data. Click the three dots and click View Oriented Imagery Classic. It'll prompt you to go ahead and sign in, so go ahead and sign in using your ArcGIS Online UVA library, and then search your site. It'll pop up here, and you'll be able to zoom in so I can see all of my point data here. Line data does not have oriented imagery, point data does. So I'll be able to zoom in, and I can click on any one of these points, and it will show me the direction I'm looking at. I can zoom in and out to see more specific information. This is your oriented imagery, so you'll be able to see the direction your camera is facing, as well as depth that's approximated. All right, so that is another really easy way to see everything. There's also a way that you can turn this layer on in ArcGIS as well. This is the simplest way to do that, but we can definitely look into that in the future. All right, the last way we will view our data is by looking up ArcGIS online. And just go ahead and sign in as normal. All right, go to content. And it'll automatically pull up your content. If you want to see something from your organization, you can click over here. But I should be able to see here's my point data. So I can go ahead and click on that. Only click on one of these because you'll be able to open this in Map Viewer and add your other layer in a second. All right, so I can see my point data here. Just zoom in to make sure it's correct. Looks like we're good. So go ahead and click Add to add another layer. And this is my content again. So I can scroll down, see my point data for the beer cave, and then line data. So I can go ahead and add that layer. So as you can see, now I have both of these layers in here. This is very similar. It looks really similar to your QuickCapture Designer viewport that you can see your data through. But you can again click on each point and see your data. So one advantage to viewing your data from here is that if you have a bunch of people scanning your QR code for your project and they go out and they're collecting data and you're sitting at your computer, you can see this data come in live. So let's say as person A collected this data point, I could see it would automatically pop up as they collect it. Probably refreshes about every 30 seconds, but it's a pretty neat feature of QuickCapture. All right, well, those are the main ways of accessing data. I will share anything else as we find out more information, but thank you guys.